Good morning. May 20th, 2021. And it's looking like a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you, Lord. I'm not a Christian. Alright, so this is what I've decided. I've decided to push the book to the end of the segment instead of the start. I'm going to start with the markets and then move to the... Sorry about that. Move to the book later, just because I think that's what most people are here for. And especially in the morning, this is what we do. So let's get right into it. What is the main thing happening right now? Well, 8:30 we got initial jobless claims, which came in at 440,000. Fell 34,000 to 444,000. Let's put that into perspective. I'm trying to remember what the jobless claims were like before COVID. This is staggering, We've become so used to these absolutely terrible jobless claims data that people don't understand how bad this is. But what is the market doing off of the back? Well, at 8:30, S&P futures were lower, about 10 points lower. Now they're positive. NASDAQ futures up 0.3%. Dow futures still slightly negative. Crude oil, which was down 2%, I believe, this morning, is almost flat on the day, down slightly, 0.2%. Gold and silver catching bids after the data. Okay, so there's actually a lot of things at play here. I think the market is still possibly digesting the news it got yesterday from the Fed. And it wasn't really news, it was just a continuation, but I think the market is still liking that. Maybe because the market had fallen quite substantially. I think we were down 0.5% early this morning, and now we're busting through. We're going positive right now. Dow's almost flat. That was a digestion last night, and then the market's moving forward. Dollar below 90 again, okay, down 0.2%. So a good setup for the market, especially if crude turns around. If crude turns around today, we could see a very, very positive day for the market. Let's talk a little more about this jobless claims data. How do they sell this to the people? Well, they don't have to sell it to the people. They have to sell it to the market. People walking around the streets that aren't involved in this market, that don't pay attention to the news, they have absolutely no clue what is going on. Okay, so they just gobble up whatever is told to them by the mainstream media, by the people in power. So if you turn on mainstream channels, they're saying, 440,000, we expected it to be higher, okay? So therefore the market should rally. It's a total control mechanism. The market has no business being where it is. Its real value is nowhere near this, but they prop it up physically, and then psychologically they prop it up. So that's the game, and that's what we play. So that's what I play. I don't like it, but what are we going to do, right? Cryptocurrencies booming this morning. Ethereum up 30%, Cardano up 60%, Doge up 50%. Across the board, 17% in market cap on cryptos. Big turnaround here. Bitcoin hit the 30,000 yesterday and is up to 42 now. So no surprise to you, honestly. I don't think, if you follow me. I'm a big bull, and they're going higher. I don't really care what anybody says. With the dollar doing what it's doing, with the Fed doing what it's doing, I think cryptocurrencies are going higher. That's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree, but I go on Twitter, and there's actually a lot of people I trust, or not even trust, but that I listen to. I'm not going to name any names here, but they are big bears on cryptocurrency. But these people have never been right on cryptocurrency. Actually, I saw a graph the other day. One of these people, a person took tweets from this person, and then they plotted them along the crypto chart, and every time this person tweeted about how, Bitcoin's going to zero or whatever, it was a buy signal. Okay, so again, what have I been talking about? Take advantage of fear. Okay, that is what hit the cryptocurrency market yesterday, and I mean, this is pretty substantial. I mean, there's a little greed, I think, coming in too. There's no doubt about that, but a really, really nice move to see. 10-year yield stable, slightly lower. It did seem like the market enjoyed the 10-year yield going higher yesterday, which was a little interesting, because earlier in the day it was not looking that good, but we were 16.2 on TNX, and we ended around 16.8, and the market rallied into the end of the day. So that's something to keep our eyes on. It appears as if the market doesn't want the 10-year to drop substantially. That would be indicative of fear in my eyes. So yeah, that's it for the markets. Let's get to the latest chapter of Psycho-Cybernetics. So this chapter is really a continuation of what we talked about yesterday, but we're bringing in more kind of rational thought about what's going on and how to actually change your conscious mind. So it starts off, the unconscious works with what it's fed by the conscious mind, and it can't reject what is given to it by the conscious mind. Okay, it will accept it, it will take those belief systems, and it will manifest in the way it sees fit as it's fed by your conscious mind. So really what that means is it's all about present thinking. Okay, if you are worrying, for example, you're feeding your conscious mind negative situations in the future. Why would you expect worrying to get rid of the negative situation? If you're just thinking about the negative situation, you're formulating how it's going to happen. I don't think that means, and the book agrees with me, that means that you're going to be better able to avoid it. What the book says is that you think of the positive. It's the same exact mechanism. It's the same it's the same thing where you use the conscious mind to feed the unconscious, but you use it in the positive way. Okay? Not really that complicated, I don't think. But it's really about going past those belief system barriers, because this book was written, I think, in 1960, so a long time ago. And back then, talking about the sort of things that this book talked about, it was a lot harder to do because you didn't have as much of the scientific background. But now that we have a much better idea of how consciousness works, or some of us do, some of us are still stuck in scientific materialism or just a hyper-rationalistic mindset, especially when combined with the mainstream news, that they just simply reject these ideas instantly, and they never even try them. So you must believe that these things are going to work in order for them to work. That's just how it works, okay? If you walk in and you think it's going to fail, it will probably fail. I guarantee that. And again, back to the negative to positive, some people are like, and I know some of these people, they're like, I'll just use my will to change it. It's like, even though, say, I've been doing negative things, I'll just use my will, like saying no to something, all right? That's not how it works. Will, maybe we just have different conceptions about will, but basically you need to change the original idea. And the quote from the book is, ideas are changed not by will, but by other ideas. Okay? And so some people are just lost in like not knowing where they are, not knowing what they're doing, not making a decision about what to do. And so their ideas are so scrambled in their head that they just have such a massive amount of cognitive dissonance and just indecision that what's going on? What do I do? Okay, and that's why when I talk about something like cryptos, I don't change my position. Okay, I don't be like, well, maybe I'll short, blah, blah, blah. I don't short these things. I don't trade these things, I have a vision, and that is what I plan to stick with until there's some very concrete events that I have in my mind that would trigger a different opinion on that, rather than getting caught up in fear or caught up in the moment, right? And so to end this chapter, we have a couple like questions. Like, ask yourself, am I really a piece of shit, or do I just think that I'm a piece of shit and then that's manifesting itself? I know that that's extreme. Like, could it be mistaken or could it be that I am mistaken in thinking that I am a failure and will always be? Maybe you are wrong. Maybe you can just think differently. And normally what keeps people from doing that is not an honest thing. It's an instant reaction from your currently programmed belief systems that it won't work, and therefore it doesn't work, therefore you don't even try. It ain't necessarily so. Pretty much everything you can say that for. Yeah. And also to end it is like, it isn't the job of the rational conscious mind to do the job, but to set the goal and allow the unconscious to do it. So it's not all about the rational mind. You have to work with the unconscious mind, but you just need to understand that it's going to follow what is fed by the rational mind. I really liked this chapter. I really did. Yeah, that's going to be it for now. Let's have a good day, and I will talk to you later.